Some people take weeks, months, sometimes years to open up to someone, and the world looks at that and says, suspicious, closed off, complicated. But neuroscience looks at that same person and sees something completely different, a highly developed protection system. What if I told you that this caution isn't a flaw, but a survival mechanism that your brain has built with surgical precision? Let me explain what happens in your nervous system. When you meet someone new, your brain isn't simply deciding whether or not you like the person. It's doing a complete scan. The amygdala, that part of the brain responsible for detecting threats, goes on high alert. It analyzes micro-expressions, tone of voice, body language, inconsistencies in speech. And you know what happens? Some people have a more sensitive amygdala knot, by choice. Not because they decided to be that way, but because their brains were literally programmed to detect danger more accurately. It's like having a high-definition radar while other people have a basic one. You didn't choose this. You were born this way. Or life taught you to be this way. And here's something nobody tells you. The world out there is chaotic. People change their minds. They promise and don't deliver. They say one thing and do another. The social environment is unpredictable, noisy, full of masks and ulterior motives. Meanwhile, your caution offers you something precious: control. When you decide to go slowly, when you observe before surrendering, you're creating a safe space within the chaos. It's like being in a silent room while outside there's a deafening party. You don't hate people. You just need predictability. You need to feel like you know the terrain before you step on it. And here's the fact that will surprise you. A study from Northwestern University found that people who take longer to trust tend to be more perceptive in social reading. They detect lies more easily. They perceive hidden intentions. They understand power dynamics that go unnoticed by most. Do you know what that means? That your distrust doesn't make you worse at relating to others. It makes you better at choosing who deserves to be in your life. While everyone else is collecting superficial acquaintances, you're building a small but solid circle. And that's not coldness. That's emotional wisdom. Now, let's talk about social pressure. Social media sells you the idea that you need to be open, expansive, and vulnerable with everyone all the time. That if you don't share everything, you're hiding something. That instant intimacy is a sign of emotional maturity. But that's a lie. True connection doesn't happen at the speed of light. It happens in layers. Slowly, with time, with observation, and it's okay if your happiness is EONT in hugging strangers or opening up to people you barely know. It's okay if you prefer a quiet coffee with someone who truly understands you to a party full of people who barely know your name. But pay attention, because there's an important line here. There's a difference between healthy caution and isolation out of fear. If you take your time trusting someone because you're paying attention, observing, getting to know them little by little, that's intelligent protection. But if you don't trust anyone because you believe everyone will hurt you, if you isolate yourself because you're afraid of any kind of vulnerability, then we need to look carefully. Ask yourself this question: does this caution bring me peace or leave me too alone? Does it protect me or imprison me? Because there's a huge difference between choosing temporary solitude and living trapped in it. And there's a beauty in the small details of this journey. The feeling of finally trusting someone after months of observing, that moment when you realize the person has remained consistent, that they haven't changed when you let your guard down. There's an almost physical pleasure in that. It's like feeling the sun on your face after cloudy days, or when you realize you don't need to explain anything because the person simply understands. These rituals of slowly building trust have weight. They have meaning. They are not disposable. And that's precisely why they last longer. So if you're one of those people who takes a long time to trust, know this: you're not broken. You don't need to force yourself to be more open just because someone said that's the right thing to do. Your pace is valid. Your need for time is legitimate, and the people who truly deserve to be in your life will understand that. They will respect it. They will wait. Because those who are worthwhile aren't in a hurry. Now, if you identified with what I just said, if you felt like I was speaking directly to you, then subscribe to the channel. Because here we don't judge, we understand. And if this video made sense to you, leave a like. That helps me continue bringing this kind of content that goes against common sense. And look, there's another video I need you to watch now. It will make you see another side of yourself that you may never have stopped to analyze. Click on it. You won't regret it.